guys, welcome to my channel Maths with Miss Ribs. In today's video I'm going to show you how to share in ratio, and we're going to do it in 3 very easy simple steps. So I'm going to go through the steps. Don't worry, this might not make much sense to you now, but as we do the examples you'll understand these 3 steps. So the first step, I determine how many parts there are. And the way I do that is simply by adding the ratio terms. So if the ratio is 5 to 2, I would add 5 plus 2 and get 7. Super easy. Step 2, I'm now going to determine the value of each part. So the way I do that is I'm going to take the amount that they've given me to share and divide it by the answer I got in step 1, the total parts. Step 3, it's my final step, I now calculate the amount each person gets. So the way I do that is I'm going to now multiply the term of the ratio by the value of one part, which is the answer I got in step 2. So don't stress if you're confused or overwhelmed right now. I'm going to show you how this works with an example. So let's start with the first one. Share 35 sweets in a ratio of 2 to 3 between James and Tsepo. I'm going to go slow with this first example. Step 1, I'm going to add the ratio terms. Like I said, I'm going to say 2 plus 3 equals 5. So that means that there are 5 parts. That's what a ratio is. James is going to get 2 parts. Tsepo is going to get 3 parts. James gets 2. Tsepo gets 3. So in total, there are 5 parts. James is going to get 2 and Tsepo is going to get 3 of these parts. Right, step 2. We're now going to divide the amount to be shared by your answer in step 1. So the amount to be shared is this 35 sweets. So 35 divided by 5 is 7. So what that means is that in each of these bags, in each part, there are 7 sweets. Okay? Each part, there are 7 sweets. The final step, which I'm sure you could work out in your head right now, is to multiply each term of the ratio by your answer in step 2. So each term, so we're going to take 2, that's James. James, 2 times 7, which is 14 sweets. That's how many sweets James gets. And Tsepo is going to get 3 of those groups, 3 bags. 3 times 7 is 21. Our final step is just to check. Okay, that was our first example. If we look at that, James gets 2 bags, Tsepo gets 3, and it's super easy. Now let's look at a second example. Alexi and Sarah must share 72 Rand in the ratio of 2 to 7. How much will each receive? So if you just remember, add, divide, times. Those are my 3 steps. I add the ratios. So 2 plus 7 is 9. Step 2, I divide. What do I divide? I take the 72 Rand and I divide it by my answer in step 1. 72 divided by 9 is 8. That means each part, each group is 8 Rand. And the last step is now to say, okay, Alexi is going to get 2 parts, 2 times 8, which is 16 Rand. And Sarah, she's getting 7 parts. So 7 times 8 is 56 Rand. And if we add up those 2 final amounts, you will see that you do get your 72 Rand. So remember, add, divide, times. Those are the 3 steps. Let's do another example. Example number 3. Share 999 Rand between A, B, and C in the ratio of 2 to 3 to 4. How much will each receive? So step 1, add the ratios. 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 9. Super easy. Step 2, take the 999 Rand and divide it by 9. We get 111 Rand. So each part, or one group, is 111 Rand. Our final step is to determine now how much each person gets. So A is going to get 2 parts. 2 times 111, which is 222. B is going to get 3 parts. So he gets 3 times 111, super easy, 333 Rand. And C gets 4 parts, which gives you a total of 444 Rand. And then always we want to just check, make sure that we do get to the right answer, and if you add those, you will see you do get to 999 Rand. Okay, our second last example. In a grade 7 class, there are 40 learners. The ratio of boys to girls is 3 to 5. How many girls are there in the class? Now, they're not asking you how many boys to girls. They are just how many girls. But the steps are the same. We're going to add the ratios. So 3 plus 5 is 8. We're going to divide 40 divided by 8. Your answer you got in step 2. So if you always think, what must I divide by? Just go back to your previous step. So 40 divided by 8 is 5. That means one part is 5. One group is 5 learners. The last step, now, they're only asking how many girls. So how many girls are there? There are 5 groups. So we're going to say the girls 5 times 5. You don't need to work out the boys, but you can if you want to just double check your answer. The boys was 3 times 5, which is 15. The girls, which is what they're asking, is 5 times 5, which is 25 girls. And then we check 15 plus 25, and you'll get 40 learners. Super. Let's move on to our last final example. In a school, there are 600 grade 7 learners. The ratio of learners who take part in sports to those who do not participate in any sports is 2 to 1. How many learners participate in sports? So let's do step 1. Add the ratio terms. 2 plus 1, 3. Everyone can do that. Hopefully by grade 7. Step 2, you're going to take your 600, which is the amount we're going to divide. And we divide it by our answer in step 1, which is 3. 600 divided by 3 is 200. And then super easy. The question was asked, how many learners participate in sports? And the answer there is 2 groups. So 2 times 200, that means that 400 learners participate in sports. So hopefully you know how to share ratio. Please feel free to leave a comment, ask me any questions maybe, and also add any lessons you'd like me to do in the comments. Thank you, and I hope to see you again.